डोंकी। देखो अभी ना अ नंबर ऑफ डोंकीज वर इन न्यूज, विल टॉक अबाउट ईच वन ऑफ देम जैसे जैसे वो न्यूज में आ रहे थे, बट गुजरात में एक डोंकी स्पीसीज है, नॉट द इंडियन वाइल्ड एस, इंडियन वाइल्ड एस इज नॉट इस स्पीसीज से इन एनी वे कनेक्टेड, तो इट वाज इन न्यूज बिकॉज ऑफ स्वीटनेस ऑफ इट्स मिल्क एंड पॉपुलेशन बीइंग वेरी स्मॉल। जो डोंकी या गधा जिससे हम काम करवाते हैं, इट इज नॉट related to Indian wild ass. It is related to African wild ass और African donkey. तो जो गधा काम करता है, जैसे आप राजस्थान में जाओगे या फिर दूसरे ट्रैक्स वगैरह पे जाते हो तो वहां पे बहुत सारे गधे यूज हो रहे होते हैं, दे आर डोमेस्टिकेटेड वर्जन ऑफ African wild ass and not Indian wild ass. Note it, first thing. Some people say that they have become a separate species altogether, and that's why there are two scientific names which we'll use. But first, let us start with African wild ass. What is African wild ass? It's a animal species. It's a mammal which is found in northeastern Africa. Northeastern Africa में Sudan, Ethiopia, Djibouti, वहाँ पे wild में. Please understand, we are not talking about the domesticated version. We are talking about the wild species. Now, these donkeys prefer desert environment with less rainfall. These are mountainous region where individuals can be found from sea level to 2000 meters. That is, donkeys, ये wild donkeys कहाँ मिल रहे हैं? In Sudan, Ethiopia, Djibouti. They are found from desert or zero height from sea level to around 2000 meters. बहुत cold conditions में you will not find them, and they breed only once in a year between March to September. So they have a breeding period. Preliminary examination में this kind of question has also been asked in recent years. The lion has a breeding season or not? Lion का नहीं होता, lion कभी भी mate कर लेंगे, but they have a breeding season and they are critically endangered. And why I specifically covered it? Because the species is critically endangered. Its population is going down. Sir, for science and tech and environment, no need for foundation classes. यार फाउंडेशन क्लासेस को भी मैं करंट अफेयर्स में ही पढ़ाता हूँ, साइंस और एनवायरमेंट, है ना? तो डोंट वरी, जितना करंट अफेयर्स में साइंस और एनवायरमेंट हम पढ़ाएंगे, जनवरी में मैं साइंस शुरू करूंगा, आई विल टेक अराउंड 15-20 क्लासेस फॉर इट और 50 आवर्स ऑफ क्लासेस फॉर इट. यू विल नॉट नीड टू डू एनीथिंग बियॉन्ड दैट. ऐसे अराउंड 20 जनवरी से 15 फेब तक मैं एनवायरमेंट कराऊंगा. यू विल नॉट नीड टू डू एनीथिंग बियॉन्ड दैट. ओके, डोंट वरी. लेट्स कम बैक इसके बारे में बात करते हैं. तो अफ्रीकन वाइल्ड एस, व्हाट इज IUCN स्टेटस? क्रिटिकली एंडेंजर्ड. वेयर इज इट फाउंड? नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न अफ्रीका डेजर्ट रीजन में. नाउ इसी का डोमेस्टिकेटेड जो वर्जन है, दैट इज, देखो इसका साइंटिफिक नेम हमने क्या बोला था? इक्वस अफ्रीकानस. इसका डोमेस्टिकेटेड वर्जन है इक्वस अफ्रीकानस एसिनस. बट सम पीपल कंसिडर दैट जो डोमेस्टिकेटेड गधा है, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट स्पीसीज, एंड उसको ना फिर वो दूसरा नाम देते इक्वस एसिनस rather than Equus africanus asinus, which would have been subspecies. Equus africanus is the wild animal. उसका subspecies बनाना होगा तो Equus africanus asinus. But some people consider it, some experts consider it to be a separate species. Domesticated version has become a separate species altogether and give it a different name, Equus asinus, by groups which consider it a separate species. ठीक है. Now, conservation status domesticated version का not evaluated. They are used as drought and pack animal. Update, अभी recently ना, it was in news, donkey was in news because बेटा पैक एनिमल ना, आप जब उस पे सामान लाद के जा रहे हो, ड्रॉट एनिमल जो दूध नहीं देते उनसे बाकी काम करवाते हो ना, those are drought animal. Now coming back to, अभी it was in news. Why Down to Earth had specifically talked about donkey was Big Boss. You follow Big Boss? नहीं? चलो अच्छा है. कोई फॉलो तो नहीं करता? तो उसमें गधे भी आने लगे. पहले भी आते थे, अब तो दिनेश तुम फॉलो करते हो ना? सच बताना. तो तुम्हें कैसे पता उसमें गधे? तो ये उससे गया गुजरा. तो इस बार ना उसमें एक गधा है. बिग बॉस के घर में एक गधा है. नहीं, लिटरली गधे तो हमेशा ही होते हैं, बट इस बार थोड़ा समझदार वाला, जैसे जबरदस्ती. वहां ज्यादा बड़े गधे कौन है तो जानबूझ के वहां रह रहे हैं, है ना? ये वहां रहना नहीं चाहता है. इस डोमेस्टिकेटेड डोंकी को भी वहां रख दिया है. उस हाउस में। तो डाउन टू अर्थ में एक आर्टिकल था कि दिस इज रॉन्ग बिकॉज दे आर प्रे एनिमल्स, so they are naturally nervous and in light and all these conditions it's not good. More importantly, they were talking about कि we have degraded donkeys as stupid animal. They are not stupid, they are quite intelligent. हमने वो वैसा परसेप्शन बना दिया, इस वजह से ना those animals are not respected, are not treated. तो उस वजह से there was article about donkey. तो I thought कि donkey का biodiversity perspective से we should know things, but a few days back there were news about several breeds also. देखो, domesticated donkey is what? Domesticated donkey is the African wild donkey का एक subspecies, right? Now this domesticated donkey in different geographical region have developed different breeds. For example, in Spiti region is Himachal Pradesh वाला region, बहुत ठंडा वाला region. We have Spiti donkey. In Gujarat we have Halari donkey, Kachchhi donkey. 3-4 days back Halari donkey was in news. Halari donkey is quite expensive. 1 lakh रुपए में एक donkey आता है. Its milk is very sweet and is in demand. And they are very docile in temperament and are used as pack animals during pastoralist migration and for transportation in the donkey cart. Their population is also very less, around 500, and thus are endangered. This breed is endangered. Entire donkey population is not evaluated. Wild donkey is critically endangered. Domesticated donkeys are not evaluated, but this one, Halari donkey of Gujarat, is endangered. ऐसे ही there is Kachchhi donkey from the Kachch district of Gujarat. They are primarily used for agriculture purpose like intercultivation for weed removing and so on. Got it? So these are different breeds of donkeys. Spiti, Halari, Kachchhi. Now a different species altogether is Indian wild ass, Equus hemionus Ghudkhur. This is a different species. This is not African wild donkey. This is Indian wild ass. Now this Indian wild ass, you will see, or Asiatic wild ass, are also known as Onager, and Indian wild ass is one of the 5 subspecies. So this Asiatic wild ass has 5 subspecies. One of it is what? Indian wild ass. We are talking about Indian wild ass. We are not, African wild ass is different, its subspecies are different. This is not related to it. गुजरात में इंडियन वाइल्ड एस मिलता है, गुजरात रन ऑफ कच्छ में. इट इज नॉट रिलेटेड टू अफ्रीकन वाइल्ड एस. दो सेम जीनस है, वो भी इक्वस है, ये भी इक्वस है, बट it is a subspecies of Asiatic wild ass. First thing. Then in the past it was very well distributed. It was distributed from Iran to West India. तो राजस्थान में, गुजरात में, महाराष्ट्र में, पाकिस्तान में, अफगानिस्तान में, ईरान में. It was found everywhere, but today its population is only confined to Gujarat of India. It is the only place in the world where it is found. Its population has been going up and thus it is near threatened. पहले ये 2016 तक it was endangered. What are the threats that it is facing? One is habitat degradation. They are losing their pastoral land. Invasion of Proposis zuliflora. Proposis zuliflora is invasive species. ये कांटों वाला plant होता है and it takes up all the resources and does not allow other grass and other plants to grow. Then encroachment and grazing by Maldhari tribes. Maldhari tribes, their animals graze a lot and do not leave a lot of food for the wild animals. And human wildlife conflict has also become an issue because 1/3 of the population of Indian wild ass lives outside protected area. Outside protected area humans would also be there, and human wildlife conflict is becoming a issue. Abhi recently Indian wild ass was in news because its population estimation happens every 5 years. Its population estimation was held census 2024 by Gujarat Forest Department. What is it? What does it say? Population has increased by 26% to 7672. Its population has increased to 7672. It inhabits 6 districts of Gujarat: Surendranagar, Kachch, Patan, Banskantha, मोरबी एंड अहमदाबाद. यहाँ पे ना आई डोंट नो वो इमेज कहाँ गई, मैंने, हाँ ये रहा ना. इफ यू विल कम हियर, कच्छ, पतन, पाटन एंड दिस इज बनासकांठा. These 3 districts and Morbi, Surendranagar, Ahmedabad. These 3 districts. These are the 6 districts where what is found? Indian wild ass is found. Near threatened है, but population in recent years has been going up. Okay, so this was it about Indian wild ass, but important topic है for preliminary examination. Indian wild ass न्यूज में भी रहता है और इसके प्रोटेक्शन पे भी बहुत सारा काम हुआ है, इसका सेंसस भी हुआ है. From that perspective, the question may be asked, or you should know how Indian wild ass is different from African wild ass. Indian wild ass is a subspecies of Asiatic wild ass and not African wild ass. Whereas जो बाकी domesticated animal है, which donkey has been domesticated? African wild ass. It has been domesticated. The rest of the donkeys that you see जो domesticated है, they are the African version. Okay, so this was booklet 1. आज हमने थोड़े factual चीजों पे ज्यादा ध्यान दे दिया है. Tomorrow we will be completing doing October part 1. आज हमने October part 2 किया है. Tomorrow we'll be doing October part 1. October part 1 में there is cyclone वाला topic, judiciary से related topic and some other stem cells and associated issues वाले topic. We'll do that. Okay, चलिए, thank you very much. Any doubts? बेटा जंगल में जानवर है, वो अपने इकोसिस्टम में रोल प्ले कर रहा है ना. हाँ, डोमेस्टिकेटेड नहीं है. इंडियन वाइल्ड एस इज नॉट डोमेस्टिकेटेड एंड a herbivorous animal will play its own role in forest. आप सारे herbivorous animal को हटा दो तो grasses इतने बढ़ जाएंगे, है ना. You will not have this thing carnivorous animal who are surviving on herbivorous animal. वैसे जंगल के हर एक जानवर का ऐसे अलग अलग यूज नहीं है ना. All of them are playing their ecosystem role. Okay, चलिए, thank you very much.